Hello everybody, my name is Tommy Lee, but you may know me as Tlittle off of my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. And today I want to talk about a problem that is sweeping all over our great nation and all over the world. It seems like today that people conform way too much. People try to fit in certain boxes that are led by examples, by people who tell them what they should and shouldn't do, where they should or shouldn't go, and what they should or shouldn't become. When I was 11 years old, I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones, and the Temple of Doom, and the Last Crusade. And I loved the way those movies were. I loved the action. I loved the subtle hints that they gave about the storyline behind the characters. I liked the enriched history. How even though you know that it was a fictional movie, it was based in facts and history. And I remember how it used to bring joy to everybody who watched them, like other movies. And I decided that day that I wanted to become a director, or write movies, or produce, or do all of them. And I wanted to be an actor. I wanted to bring the same joy that those actors brought to me to other people. But I never told anybody that, except for one person. I told my best friend that. But I never told my parents because I was afraid of the rejection I would get. You can't be an actor or a director. You can't do that. You gotta get a job, a real job. You gotta do this. And I tried to conform to what they wanted. And I'm not saying I'm not going to get an actual real job. No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is I'm not going to give up on my dream just because somebody tells me that it can't be done. When me and my best friend were in middle school, we used to write stories, and they would be the off-the-wall clusterfucks of stories. But they were awesome because me and him wrote them together. Those were our ideas written down on paper with pencil and paper. That was our ideas. And me and him talked about writing stories and scripts and acting out movies, and we never did it. And I thought, and then I forgot about my dream until I was reminded that's what I wanted to do. I started my channel on YouTube, and I started my page on Facebook, and at first it was just going to be me doing some karaoke for my family so my family could see me. And then it evolved. I started doing things that I thought were funny, like robot dancing in my living room, or doing promos for my best friend's backyard wrestling organization. And then it became more and more, and I wanted to do impressions, and I wanted to get requests from people. I wanted people to tell me what they wanted to hear so that I could bring joy to them for at least 5 to 10 minutes of their life. Give them something that they wanted to see. And there's other people out there that feel the same way as this, that have dreams, have hopes, but are too afraid to go after them because they're afraid of rejection. And I talk to them right now when I say, you can't fear rejection. Rejection is negative criticism, I get that. But from criticism we grow, we adapt. We create newer and better things. I am on a project called Joker Judgment Day. And since day one, everywhere I turn, I've been told that either I won't be able to get all the pieces I want for the movie, or it's gonna mess up the comics too much, or it may happen, it may not happen, but don't be mad if it doesn't. For once, I would like to hear somebody tell me, it would be cool if you had this in there. Not positive criticism, not positive reinforcement. I mean, because that's just trying to suck up to somebody. But I would like for somebody to send me a message or something asking me more about it, and asking me if I'm gonna have certain things in it. But I met a friend of mine who lives here in Irving, who wanted to be a producer. Ever since he was 12, he wanted to help produce bands. He wanted to help set them up at venues and in bars. All kinds of cool things like that. That's what he wanted to do.
He became an usher at a movie theater. But do you know what he did on the weekends every 2 weeks? He would book bands and venues and bars. He would set up the sound stage. He would do the sound check. He would even sing or rap with them sometimes. And you know what? He got paid zip. Absolutely nothing. But he did it. Why? Because he loved it. And it was something he wanted to do. So I talk to everybody out there right now within the sound of my voice. If there is something that you want to do on this earth before you pass away, you owe it to yourself to at least try with the best of your abilities to do it. Because if you don't, you'll just be sitting there with regrets. Why didn't I do this? If you know something that you love, whether it be acting or drawing, or you've always wanted to jump out of an airplane with a parachute, or you've wanted to base jump, or you wanted to learn how to play tennis or the guitar or the piano, it doesn't matter. People have been telling us since the day we were born what we should be, who we should be. And it's bad. It's bad if you get a bad grade in science. Well, maybe I don't want to be a scientist. Maybe science isn't my strong suit. And we have been pumped all our lives full of information that we don't even want to know. Sure, it may help us get better grades and it may help us graduate from school. But then what? After that, then what? I can't name a single person that I know that went to college to become an archaeologist or a scientist. You know who I've seen? I've seen people go to college to get a business degree so that they could go work somewhere that they wanted to work, and then one day create their own business from scratch. Some of the greatest ideas in the world all started out from people's minds. The Ramones, yeah, that famous rock band started in a garage. Bill Gates developed the freaking computer or the internet, whichever one he invented, because I don't really know. He invented that in a garage. Hell, the Wright brothers built an airplane in a barn. And do you see anybody question them and say, no, they should have done something else? No, because they helped put generations on the map. And who knows? I may start a trend for the generation. You may start a trend for the generation. You may start a trend for the generation. Everybody has their own unique ideas. And everybody has a unique trait. You were put on this world for a reason. There is nobody that's sent here to do nothing. If you believe that, then your talent and creativity have just passed you by.
My own father is 41 years old, and do you know what my dad wants to do? My dad wants to build a garage and put old cars in it. Why? Because my dad's passion is old cars. My dad loves them. My mom loves animals. My mom loves my family. I don't really know what my mom's dream was when she was young. But if she wanted to do it, and I had the money to help her do it, I would help her. Because I believe that if you spur somebody's creativity, or if you spit on their dreams, or their hopes, or their talent, you not only hurt them, but you hurt yourself. So, join with me as I pledge on this day that although, yes, I will get a real job, I will not give up on my dream. I was put on this earth for one reason, and that reason was to become a director, an actor, everything that has to do with film. I was put on this earth to do it. I don't care if I gotta go to college and I gotta go to college many different times to get a degree in every form that you have to do to work on a movie. I don't care if I have to go to school to become a producer or a camera or do editing or even to be a camera guy, director, actor. It doesn't matter, because I want to do it. And if I have the resources to do it, I'm gonna do it. And until I get the resources to do it big time, I will still be here making my videos my way, how I want to. And I will still give that one person whose life is down in the dumps at the moment the video, the 5 to 10 minute video that changes their life. Doesn't matter if you want me to pretend to be a homeless guy on the side of the street and bum for change for an hour while my computer records it. I will do that because there's somebody sitting there on the other side of this computer looking at that video, laughing their ass off, and their life, and they feel better about themselves and about their life. The more people you help, the more people you make laugh, the more people you make happy, the less people get depressed. The less people try to commit suicide. The less people get mad at their neighbor and try to hurt them or themselves. The less people drink. Less people drink and drive. The less people text and drive. Every generation is set by a trend or an idea. And who are you to decide that I or anybody else can't be that? Do you think people told Elvis Presley when he was growing up that if he wanted to be a world famous rock star or even a musician, no, he should get a job doing something else and forget about his dream? Let it be a hobby. No. He kept on his trail and he became the king of rock and roll. The same with Michael Jackson. Everybody else who's ever come out with a great idea. From George Washington all the way down to here and now. You think when George Washington became president, or when him and the founding fathers decided, hey, I don't want to be a part of Britain anymore. Hey, let's rebel. Let's become independent. Let's make our own nation. Everybody probably laughed at them and were like, that's a great joke, George. That's very funny. And then they were like, oh shit, he's serious. Yes. The best ideas are the ones we make ourselves. And I feel sorry for anybody who can't see that. Because everybody has a specific trait or a specific thing that they're good at. And you should follow it fully, or just do your best to try, at least do it like a weekend. It doesn't matter if you work all week and you sit here and you watch this video and you think, well, it's too late for me. It's never too late. You want to go play hockey but you're married and you have kids. Well, go take your kids to a hockey rink on one weekend out of the month, and play hockey with them. Teach them how to play. Sign them up for a hockey team. Become an assistant hockey coach. Do anything. Do the closest you can do to the thing you love. Or you'll end up just like everybody else. Everybody else puts on a brave face when they're around other people. But how do you know what they're like when they're at their house by themselves? Every person who's ever committed suicide, or went out and robbed a bank or a store, or did some kind of terrible crime to others or themselves, you think all their friends looked at them and said, hey, Steve's gonna murder like 6 people, or Joe's gonna rob that bank, or oh, poor Mo, he's gonna kill himself in 2 days. No. To everybody else, they were just like you and me, happy. But when they got home, they weren't. They were completely upset with the way life was treating them and everything else. So there's only one thing you can do. And that is to simply and admirably commit to your dreams. Because if you don't, at the end of the day, you'll stare in a mirror and say those famous words that everybody says at the end of their life. What if? Thank you for your time. You have a pleasant day, and I wish you all the best. Everybody who watches this video all over the world. Good day.